What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're at the Veterans Park, home of the Veterans Park Open on the hot tour. Got a stack of salamanders that we're gonna throw. Haven't warmed up yet, but I'm gonna throw a lobster and a jackalope. And then I've got a Sublime with the weird line stamp. I've got a Apex with the stock stamp. A little bit of dropout in there. What's going on, guy? Drinking too many Austin Beer Works while running the stamping machine. And then the Des Redding stamp on this Glow salamander. So let's get to it. Also, if you know this course and you know this hole, you know that a wind coming from the north is weird. It's probably gonna snow tomorrow, so we've got this cold front coming in. Very mild, but wind is coming over the left shoulder, left to right. So things are gonna behave a little flippier. But got the lobster here. That was smooth. It's further than I thought a lobster could go for me on this hole. The next jackalope. Come out of it. Heck yeah. Love that. That's two great starting throws. First, I'm gonna try the Apex. This is 175 grams. So decent little shoulder to it. I'm gonna try and hyzer flip it controllably. Jeez! Okay, a little flippier than I thought. Next, we're gonna go Sublime. This one is 174 grams, maybe a little bit flatter than the Apex. So I threw that one a little more nose up. I still think it would have fought out, but that was definitely higher. So it could have just stalled. Last, Nocturnal. This one is 173 grams. Lightest one out of the bunch. Definitely flatter. Maybe similar to the Sublime. Kind of wailed on that one a little too much because of the glow. Thought maybe it would fight out. Oops. All right, so initial thoughts on my stack of salamanders. Very controllable, decent glide. They went between my jackalope and my lobster. Actually, the lobster was the shortest one. Sublime was as far as my Apex jackalope. Apex went a little further, but that's because it like stayed in the air and turned more. This one kind of stalled out maybe, but I was a little worried when I found out they were a faster lobster, because that's how I pitched the jackalope to a lot of folks. I think it's still right in line with those two. Maybe the jackalope has a little more fight if it has the air time, because these will turn, like flip up, turn, and hyzer out. If they have air time, maybe the salamanders won't do that. But now we are on hole 12 at Veterans Park, right after the star hole. Straight into a headwind. It's a nice open field though, it's a good spot to test discs, but straight into a headwind, so throw the jackalope first, then the stack of salamanders. See how it goes. Let's try and control these. This might be the worst test ever. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw Nocturnal. This was the flippiest one last time. I kind of yeeted it. We'll see if that's still true. Pretty flippy. Can't really yeet on these, otherwise they're gonna be a roller. Bye. Can't really yeet on these, otherwise they're gonna flip up and be a roller, so I don't wanna chase them. All right, last up, Sublime. See if this one's still stable. No, I think I just stalled it last time. That one's actually rolling. Next hole is going to be the fun one to test them on. Stay tuned. Sorry, the lighting is terrible, throwing shadows on my face. That is 2 times in a row now that the Apex has outglided on Annie, outglided the Apex Jackalope, so that's kind of interesting. This is a slightly smaller room, so I think a lot of players that maybe don't get that turn out of the Jackalope are going to love the Salamander. Here, hole 13, the elevated hole, we have almost a perfect tailwind now, so start with the Jackalope again. And just let them go. Yeah, so the Jackalope fought out at the last second there. I don't think that was like a high Annie release. I don't think these will work that way, so for science. Okay, that was the Sublime Nocturnal. I like them. They're not just like turny like a freetail. They're super workable. Lastly, this one's been the best at gliding out on Annie, so we'll see how this one flies. Those are fun. All right, so that's the testing of the Salamander from Mint Discs. Jackalope in there, that was my little control. Yeah, this fits nicely in the slot between the Lobster and the Jackalope, I think. Like, you have a flight chart with like a Jackalope, Grackle, Mustang, Lobster. I think it kind of hovers right there in the middle. Again, this fought the furthest on that like panning, drifting, pushing line. But the Sublime was good, and I'm stoked to already have a Nocturnal one so I can have it on my glow bag. I think this kind of hovers in between there. It's a good balance, so you can have whichever you like in your day bag or both, and then one in your night bag. Yeah, thanks for watching. Get yourself Salamander. I think retail drop is coming soon, and thanks for watching. See you out there.